The US raid to capture Nicolas Maduro mirrored the Osama bin Laden operation in both planning and intensity, drawing on similar special operations playbooks and high-risk night assaults. However, one iconic asset from Abbottabad was not used in Operation Absolute Resolve, despite its legendary status in special ops circles. Stealth Black Hawk helicopters were not seen during the high-risk Caracas assault on January 3rd, even though they are forever linked to the bin Laden raid. Absence of the high-profile but secretive weapon was reported on January 6th by defense outlet The War Zone, which tracks U.S. Special Operations aviation. Footage circulating online instead showed the usual MH-60 Black Hawks and MH-47 Chinooks from the 160th Special Operations Aviation Regiment. Some MH-60M airframes were also seen in Direct Action Penetrator, or DAP, configuration with heavy armament on their stub wings. No visual or official confirmation has emerged of stealth rotary aircraft being used anywhere over Venezuela during the operation. Stealth Black Hawks first came into public view after one crashed during the bin Laden raid in Abbottabad, Pakistan, in 2011. The aircraft were part of a highly classified program linked to Joint Special Operations Command aviation units, according to reports. Stealth Black Hawks are designed to reduce radar and acoustic signatures for covert penetration deep into hostile territory. Only 2 such helicopters are believed to have existed at the time of the 2011 raid, the War Zone reported. Author Sean Naylor writes that the program was highly restricted and later scaled back after initial plans for a larger fleet. Naylor wrote in his book Relentless Strike, and I quote, "The Stealth Black Hawk gained almost mythical status, like a unicorn. I remember first hearing about it in 2000 to 2001, said a Delta source. The program quickly gained traction. Knowledge of the Special Access program was on a strictly need-to-know basis, and hardly anyone needed to know. Shortly thereafter, the 160th Regimental leadership came looking to 1st Battalion, the core unit of Task Force Brown, 4-2 crews to go down to Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada, and start training on the new helicopters. In the end, 1 crew went after a couple of pilots volunteered. I never saw them again," said a 160th source. "They'd be permanently assigned out there." The program became more formalized. Special Operations Command planned to create a fleet of 4 and make them the centerpiece of a new covered aviation unit in Nevada. By 2011, Special Operations Command had cancelled that plan, but the first 2 stealth helicopters still existed, and certain 1st Battalion crews would rotate down to Nellis to train on them. Unquote. The current status of Stealth Black Hawks remains unknown, with the War Zone noting that details are still heavily classified. Reports suggest the bin Laden aircraft were experimental airframes stored at facilities such as Area 51 after the raid. The helicopter that crashed in Pakistan in 2011 was destroyed with explosives by US forces to protect its secret design. However, some parts are believed to have fallen into the hands of China and Russia for analysis and reverse engineering study. Nicolas Maduro was inside a fortified military complex in the heart of Venezuela's capital, surrounded by layered security. Unlike Abbottabad, the target in Venezuela was a fully defended base, not a discreet walled compound on the city's outskirts. Caracas was reportedly on high alert with active air defenses and man-portable air defense systems, or MANPADS, deployed. US forces had planned for heavy fire and active resistance, according to the War Zone's account of the operation. Hence, the mission required helicopters capable of delivering direct fire support as well as infiltration and extraction. The Stealth Black Hawks are not designed for sustained gunfights or heavy external weapons loads, as per specialist reports. By contrast, the MH-60M DAP can deliver rockets, cannon fire, and suppressive strafing to clear landing zones and cover troops. Notably, stealth helicopters cannot carry such external weapons without losing much of their low observable advantage. Once firing begins and ordnance is hung externally, stealth advantages drop sharply in chaotic urban combat environments. For that reason, DAP configurations were better suited for the high-intensity Caracas assault than stealth-optimized airframes. Moreover, around 200 special operators were inserted into Caracas during the raid, requiring significant lift capacity. MH-47 Chinooks were reportedly used to move large numbers of troops quickly in and out of the target area. Reports claimed stealth Black Hawks would not have provided the necessary troop and equipment lift for such a large force. Further, Mixing stealth and non-stealth helicopters in one package would have defeated the whole purpose of low observable insertion. Once one conventional helicopter was seen or heard, the entire force would have been compromised to the Venezuelan army. The operation reportedly included multiple MC-130J tankers to provide in-flight refueling support for the helicopter package. MH-60 and MH-47 aircraft are equipped with proven aerial refueling probes, allowing them to extend range and time on station. However, the stealth Black Hawks used in 2011 are not known to have had this aerial refueling capability, according to the war zone. Hence, the absence of stealth Black Hawks in Caracas reflected mission realities and requirements, not a capability gap in US aviation.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.